Hello, my name is Trinity Wolf, and this project looks at therapeutic landscapes and unequal access to restorative space in Victoria, British Columbia. In health geography, therapeutic landscapes are places that can support healing and well-being. My project focuses on how neighborhood inequality, mobility, safety, and belonging shape access to spaces like parks, waterfronts, and other restorative environments across the city. Therapeutic landscapes are places that can promote healing and well-being through a mix of physical environment, social setting, and personal experience. In a city like Victoria, that can include parks, beaches, trails, and waterfront spaces. These places help reduce stress, support movement, and create a stronger sense of connection to place. But access to these spaces is not equal. Just because nature exists somewhere in a city does not mean everybody can benefit from it in the same way. Health geography helps show that health is shaped not only by medicine or individual choices, but also by the places people move through in everyday life. I chose Victoria as my case study because it is often seen as a healthy and livable city, and green and blue spaces are a big part of that image. The city of Victoria lists 108 parks across 12 neighborhoods, so access to public open space is clearly an important part of the city. But my project argues that the benefits of these spaces are not shared equally. The real issue is not just whether parks or waterfronts exist, but whether people can reach them easily, use them safely, and feel like they belong there. That's why I use the neighborhood as my main unit of analysis. To get more specific, I compare two different neighborhood contexts in Victoria. In Fairfield and in James Bay, residents are closely connected to major restorative landscapes like Beacon Hill Park and the Dallas Road waterfront. These spaces offer walking routes, ocean views, and regular everyday contact with blue and green space, which can support stress relief, outdoor activity, and a stronger sense of place. In Burnside Gorge, there are also important restorative spaces, including areas along the Gorge Waterway. But access there may depend on more safe routes, transportation links, and surrounding infrastructure. This matters because therapeutic landscapes are not only about whether a place exists, but they're about whether people can comfortably get there and use it as a part of everyday life. My main finding is that access to restorative space is shaped more than distance alone. Neighborhood inequality, mobility, safety, and belonging all affect whether people are actually able to benefit from the therapeutic landscapes. For example, differences in income and infrastructure can influence transportation options, flexibility, comfort, and everyday access to nature. Based on this, I suggest three main recommendations. First, cities should invest in more equitable distribution and quality of public and green and blue space. Second, they should improve safe and accessible mobility through things like sidewalks, crossing, transit, lighting, and cycling routes. Third, public spaces should be designed in a more inclusive way so that different groups feel more welcome using them. A space is not truly restorative if people feel excluded or unsafe there. In summary, therapeutic landscapes are a useful tool for understanding how place influences health and well-being. Parks, waterfronts, and green and blue spaces in Victoria can help to improve mental health, reduce stress, and foster social connections. At the same time, the benefits are not distributed evenly. Comparing neighborhoods such as Fairfield, James Bay, and Burnside Gorge demonstrates that access to restorative space is shaped by inequality, mobility, safety, and belonging, rather than simply the presence of nature in the city. So this is more than just a planning issue, it is also a health equity issue. Finally, my project raises a simple but very important question: who gets to heal? Thank you!